What's up everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Supercar Diaries. And welcome again to one of the episodes on our Germany tour. Today at Hollmann International, and we got something very special in the lineup over here. As you can see, the Mercedes-Benz G650 Landaulet. Boom! That guy looks like James Bond. He looks just like Daniel Craig. Phenomenal. We got 3 Landaulets. We are able to take out one of these for a drive, which we're going to do a little bit later, but I thought, why don't we just put all 3 next to each other, and you guys let me know down in the comments which color is your favorite. I have to say, this one has got the coolest interior. Super sexy. Is dark red and black leather. Landaulet, of course, being a very special car because it kind of fits in between the 6x6 and your normal G-Wagon. You have a closed cabin possibility over there, and this section over here with the possibility of having it as a cabriolet. The perfect car if you want to do sightseeing in some savanna plains in South Africa. As a matter of fact, when Mercedes launched the Landaulet a couple of years ago, I think I recall seeing in one of their product videos that they actually had this as a safari car somewhere and had people chilling out in the back watching some lions. The dimensions is the first thing that you have to behold upon this. It's just huge. It's not quite 6x6 territory. We have a 6x6 on the inside. They were standing right next to it, and when you look at them from the front, you almost don't see too much of a difference, but when you look at the side, that's where it comes. The wheelbase of this car, 3.5 meters roundabout. It's just exceptionally long. 5.5 meters nearly long, this car. Let's talk about the width. Nearly 2.2 meters high. The height, nearly 2.3 meters high. It is just a colossal device, which is part of the reason why the performance is a little bit on the chilled side. Top speed, 180 kilometers per hour. With a nose like that, we can understand that. This is meant to be a cruiser, and it's meant to be a very, very luxury cruiser. This is just phenomenal. It is extremely large, but it doesn't feel that big. It feels way more nimble than you would expect from driving such a huge car. This car's no slug, but it was never meant to be that powerful. Well, not that powerful. It's never meant to be that quick. 0 to 100 time, I don't even know what that is. Probably the speed of a brick. But top speed 180 k's an hour, which comes from that twin turbocharged V12 engine, 6 liters of it, 630 horsepower and 1000 newton meters of torque, which will give you all the way from 2000 RPMs. It's meant to be a cruiser. It's meant to be something where you drive Miss and Mr. Daisy around, but when you do give it the beans, there's ample in there. However, she is yearning for the off-road. In my humble opinion, of course, being just ever so slightly biased, growing up in the Namib Desert, this would be the car that you'd like to have. You don't want your lady breaking the heels on the shoes. There we go. This drives out, and you can climb in here all too nicely. Oh, it is a majestic thing getting into a car that is so big. And of course, this being a Maybach, the chance is that you probably rather going to be chauffeured around in this rather than driving it yourself. However, I would object to that because it is a lovely place to be. Familiar territory if you're used to a G-Class, and here You got various switches to engage your four-wheel drive system. This car's super capable. It might be super luxury, but it is still super capable. And that's actually the amalgamation of those two things that makes it so special. You're talking about a Maybach that can wade through water around about a meter deep. You will not get stuck in this car. Take it out to the dunes in the Namib. In order to be able to actually give you a review of what it is to drive this car, we're gonna have to play Johnson today. It's very familiar, as you would say in the G63 AMG, familiar territory, except that my cabin is locked. But luckily, you can actually open up the window at the back and in that way speak to all the
Was machst du?
Alter, was macht ihr? Was raucht hier wieder Bude ab hier? Macht zu? These kids, eh? Nah. Okay, anyways, cool feature. So you can see this is the camera myself. You can see your guests. So if you're doing that safari in South Africa, in the Kruger Park, and a lion does happen to get onto the back of your Landaulet and chew on your boss, then there's a chance to see that. However, I think you can only they can actually do that. How does it work that you can see through the glass? Like, mother. Hey, look at that. Chata patata. Lekker, man. How's it? Are you getting wet there?
Just a little bit.
Thank you very much. You may close.
Oh yeah, sure.
Really love this car, really absolutely love it. And you know what, I would actually take it out on the German Autobahn. And who cares if you're sitting 140 k's an hour in this and just enjoying the sheer power of 1,000 Newton meters of torque. Interior, luxurious, top of the shelf of what you can get in the luxury compartment of a Mercedes-Benz. G-classes are nice. Either way, this obviously be sort of a bit of a previous gen interior still. You got your three main buttons that'll tell you I'll go through a canyon, I'll go over a mountain, and I can cross the moon landscape. Thank you very much. And that is really what this car is about. But cocooning you in luxury. Leather, two-tone, light, dark, love it. Carbon fiber touches, and you got some silver in here. However, it's not metal. I'd love to hear a bit of a ting 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 when I do that, and that is sadly not the case. Let's hop into the back and see how luxurious that is. Oh, flex digger. Wow, you can adjust the seat in just about any possible position that you want and just have the most relaxed ride. Your own individual screens over here. This, I suppose, not just the structure for supporting the roof when it's on, which, by the way, you loosen those clips over there and the rest of it goes back electronic. Of course, a lovely blend of leather and carbon fiber while you're enjoying your sightseeing of the nature. It is a beautiful place. This, again, you have your own lovely Maybach cushions with which you can enjoy a nice snooze. Really, really comfortable places. Having this car in the right situation is like having just the right words in a very good conversation. Phenomenal. Okay, we just decided to do something crazy. I'm going to show you exactly how high this car is by lying underneath it, and Maurice is going to drive over me. If anything happens to me, I love my family. Wish me luck. Here we go. Mother. Yes, like it. I'm still alive. That's what it feels like when you get driven over by a Landaulet. Behold. What do you actually want to say about the rear of these? It's just humongous. Is where the back track ends and how little of the car there actually is. So your attack corner can be actually quite steep. That is the case in the rear, as is the case in the front. You can really have a steep incline and you won't, not bottom out, but you won't lose your front teeth on that. Lovely with the carbon fiber inserts. This a cloth roof that closes, as we said. You got your spare wheel over there. It's just all in all an absolutely stunning thing. This is what it looks like closed. I love the fact that that roof has a contrasting color. It just gives it a bit more of a shape, in my opinion. This one, kind of lose the idea that it is convertible, but it's so sexy. What do you guys think about the rims? I find them a little bit too glossy, in my opinion. They're not going to stay that glossy once the disc brakes start working their job on this. I think about 3.7 tons, 3.5 tons weight to stop all of that. I imagine this car to be a bit like Robert Downey Jr. He's rich, he's wealthy, he's successful, but he's probably just a really nice guy. And that's what this car is. It, in my opinion, won't have a single problem with it being taken off-road. As a matter of fact, it would probably be thankful if you did that. And the agility of this, I'm not talking about the agility on the right foot pedal, I'm talking about the agility of drivability, of how poised it feels, how you can actually maneuver it. I mean, it's a super thin little road, and our camera car in front being a V-Class Mercedes, I'm looking right over the roof. We're talking huge, and yet it's just so maneuverable. The steering wheel feels fantastic, the quality in here, the ride, it's all lovely. And I'm prejudiced. What is the word that I'm looking for? I'm prejudiced? No, I'm not prejudiced. I'm predicating. There we go. I'm predicating all my praise of this car on a drive in rainy Bremen. Yes, I digress. Guys, it's been absolutely fantastic. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you, Hollmann International, for allowing us to take out this phenomenal piece of machinery. And thank you so much for you guys watching. If you haven't yet subscribed, feel free, do it. And you can also follow us on Instagram at Beyond the Cork, at Novitec Group, or Hollmann International, and see some more of the really cool goodies that they've got over here. Until then, thank you so much for joining. Ciao. This is the force be with you.